Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance and associated programs. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, putting in some really solid foundations. We have put in our social services, currency, economy, treasury, all this sort of thing that every country needs and has. And we're now in the process of generating income to increase the standard of living of our citizens through providing liquidity and value for our currency, which we distribute freely every month to all our citizens. Okay. With that said, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment because it is where we see most comments, but we do have Luis Monteiro in from Portugal, and he's in YouTube. And he's saying hi to everybody. And we have, I'm sure, Deborah in from Southern Alabama, USA, but we'll confirm that as soon as we get into Facebook, because I'm heading over there right now. Once I go to Facebook because most people use that. We get most comments there, and we can see the names of the people. We can interact with them, and if anything goes wrong, as it sometimes does, it's usually in the link up between here and Facebook. So I'm heading over to Facebook right now, and I get there. I'm looking for We Share Abundance Publicly group. I'm going to make sure my speakers are turned off, and when I get to the We Share Abundance Publicly group, I will be looking for the 11th, I think, 11th of June. So far, so good. And we get the comment, and we have, as I thought, Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA, top of the comments in Facebook, followed by Richard from Devon in the UK. Devon's not far from me. We're enjoying beautiful weather here in the southwest peninsula of England. It's been really lovely weather for a number of certainly days, maybe weeks. I can't remember when it started, but it has been really lovely weather. I understand that some parts of the United Kingdom are getting thunderstorms and heavy rain, but it's not happening here. We've just got beautiful sunshine and lovely weather. We got Norman in from Doncaster, UK, as well. So getting back to We Share Abundance, we are striving now to help all our members become more prosperous, not just in wealth built that is not usable at the moment. Excuse me a moment. I do apologize. Okay. From the tokens that we give out every month, that is building wealth for the future. But as we increase the liquidity and the value of those tokens, we'll be able to control the flow out onto the marketplace. People will be able to cash them in and get some benefit for it right now rather than in the future, because we're going to be here for generations, and what we're doing is building a legacy there. There are also lots of ways that our members can generate income other than the free gifts that we give them. They can earn commissions from promoting various different aspects of our community, and it's totally optional. You don't have to do it, but you can make money. And if you're making money, you're also helping the whole community, because everything is interlinked. A little bit like humanity. Humanity is all interlinked. We are all part of one huge family, and this is part of our philosophy as well. We are a non-separatist organization, and that means that we accept people from every creed, color, class, country, continent, gender, educational level, financial status, height, weight, Doesn't matter. Age doesn't, nothing is of importance. We just see everybody as a member of humanity, a human being. We recognize that all human beings are unique, and so every human being that joins our community has something unique to offer us, and therefore is of equal value to every other member of our community. And that's what non-separatist is about. It's about not pigeonholing people into different groups and making differences where there really aren't any. We're all just human beings. We all have the same feelings. We all want to find happiness in life. That is the objective of every human being on the planet, is to be happy. Whether you think it's to get married or to have children or to have that house you've always wanted or more time or travel the world, it's all because you feel it's going to make you happy. So every human being is seeking happiness. We're all the same in that respect. Excuse me again. And that is the underlying thing. So why separate people when we all want the same thing? Doesn't make sense, does it? So we are a non-separatist organisation, and we have a little affirmation to help us with that, shed any prejudices that we may have. And we have a little prayer to help us in finding that happiness, because it may sound simple to you. You may say, okay, if I had that, I'd be happy. And you maybe would for a short while, but that isn't true happiness. True happiness is lasting, everlasting bliss. What you're thinking is happiness is pleasure. And a lot of people seek pleasure, but it doesn't last. And so they need more of that pleasure, more of that pleasure, or a different pleasure, because it's not that true happiness. True happiness cannot be bought, it can only be earned from loving service to other members of the human race, to society, to creation. Okay? We all have our own unique ways that we can do that. But there are many ways that overlap, and there are many ways that we can help people through We Share Abundance do that, and then through that find true happiness. And the great thing about that is when you make loving service your goal, all those other material things that you thought you needed, maybe you still need them, but they will automatically flow to you. Everything you need and want will come to you automatically without all the stress of chasing money. Avoid stress, it shuts down your immune system, it causes more disease and illness than anything else. Okay, so give loving service to others, share love and abundance. That's what we're about. We share abundance. Okay, I see we also have Martin in from the Northwest, and we have Andrew in from New Zealand. When I say the Northwest of England, these groups are Andrew Dean from New Zealand, where it will be Monday morning. We're still enjoying Sunday evening. Okay, so we will get started right now with a little prayer to help us find happiness, and then that affirmation to maintain that non-separatist ideology, and then I'll let you know where we're up to with everything else. Okay, simple. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. Through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And the little affirmation goes like this: we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, um, today, Sunday, no development, not a lot can be achieved outside of what I can achieve, because most people are not working weekends, and particularly on Sundays. And so there isn't really much to add to where we were on Friday. So basically, we have three main objectives um, at the moment that we're working on, and they're all designed to generate income, which will then be used for the benefit of the members. And the members will benefit in the order of: one, people that made the loans to us in November 21; two, people that bought nest eggs, and there are several issues with nest eggs, and we will go in chronological order with those; and then finally, through uh, helping the general membership base who have not been involved in either of those first two projects, but everybody inclusive, then we will be increasing the benefits that they'll be able to use from the free tokens that we distribute every month. We distribute them in different ways. One of the main ways is through a free raffle we run every month. There are 6 pools that you can get into to be a part of those raffles. You can win anything from a few cents up to tens of thousands of dollars. Um, it's not instantly cashable. It is stacking it away for the future. It's like having a rich uncle um, that dies and he leaves you money in trust. It's there, but you can't get at it until your trust date arrives, which may be in 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever. I mean, if you're a 5-year-old kid, it may be when you attain 21. So it may be a 16. It may be if you set it out so that you have to wait 3 years or 4 years, whatever. It's the same thing. We're building that income for you, and it's giving you time to decide on its best use, not just for yourself, selfishly, but for future generations as well, your children and children's children, and so on. As I say, if you have immediate needs, we have lots of ways where you can satisfy those through earning income from different plans that we have both within our community and also that we take on from outside our community. They're all available through the dashboard in your members area under multiple income streams. I encourage that you get into as many as you possibly can, because it's safe and secure way forward is through multiple income streams. It doesn't matter if it goes belly up, you've still got all the others. So where are we with the raising of the income? How are we generating the income? Well, number one in the short term will be the campaign we have in collaboration with Caleb O'Dowd's ROI Tips company. They are very, very successful in generating sales for their clients. They've done over $150 million worth of sales, a lot more than that now. That was quite a while back. And their campaign, not the main campaign, but the start of the campaign is planned for Monday or Tuesday. That is a warm-up campaign for our Facebook ads, which they say is necessary, because if they went full steam from day one, Facebook would close us down. I've had experience of that on many occasions, believe me. They know what they're doing with Facebook. They advertise multi millions of dollars on Facebook. They know how it works and what to do and how to do it. So they're going to run a 15-day warm-up campaign, and at the end of that campaign, they will then start true promotion of the cash cow program, and that will not only benefit the cash cow, the turnkey cash cow members that we have, but it will obviously benefit them because it's gonna put money straight away into their pockets from the commissions they earn from the sales we make on their behalf. That's why it's called the turnkey cash. But there will also be profits generated from every sale for the company, and we're anticipating net profits in excess of $35,000 initially. As we run more campaigns each month, we should be able to up that and get it to the level where it's bringing in something in the order of $100,000 a month. These figures may sound huge to you, and they are huge if you're an individual. For example, me, they would be absolutely huge to me. But as an administrator of We Share Abundance with 40,000 members, you've got to remember that everything that we bring in is got to be divided amongst the members. And that's why we've got this plan of who we're going to pay first, because um, we have to look after the people that have been helping and looking after us. And we can use that cash effectively to get rid of those which are effectively debts. The, the November loans is definitely a debt because that was a loan made. It was an actual loan. The nest egg purchases are a little bit different, but they fall into a similar category. And so we want to clear those. And once those are cleared, then we can concentrate on helping the whole membership base. And as we clear those debts, the membership base is going to grow. And so we're going to need to grow that income. We have other things coming along as well. We have lots of plans, but the other thing that we are close to doing, and I'm hoping to get it started next week, is the Fun Miracle Summit, where there will be games played by one and all, and they can play for free just for the fun of seeing how many points they rack up and whether they're the top of the points list that particular month. Or they can pay a very small fee, $2, and get involved in the prize side of the site, where winning just 7 games in a row can win them over $30,000. And that 7 games in a row is just against 9 other people. There's only 10 people that you play in a group with. If you win 7 times in a row, boom, you hit the jackpot. Of course, every time you make something, but it increases exponentially. The first game you win, you don't win a lot. The second game, you win a bit more. Third game, you win a bit more still, and so on, until you winning a big lump in the seventh game, and you take all of those winnings together, and they're over $30,000. Okay, so that is the second thing, and that will also generate huge incomes for We Share Abundance Treasury, helping us to um, once again do what we said we're going to be doing. There are other things that we've got going. We're involved in a lot of third-party plans as um, the sponsor of a lot of our members, sometimes through different levels, up to 15 tiers in some programs. And that will also generate income, but most of those are compounding plans. And if you're talking about compounding, it takes a while for that compounding to really benefit and show you what's there. So we've got to be patient, but in 12 months' time, we'll have a lot of compounding plans that are paying us an awful lot of money every month. And of course, that all goes into the treasury. It all goes into the treasury. We're non-profit. We're a not-for-profit organisation. So everything in the treasury is used for the benefit of the members. So the future is looking bright. It's taking a little bit longer than we wanted, but it is heading in the right direction. It's going well. Let's see if we've got anybody else in. And we've got Sam in from Nigeria as well that we've not given a mention to. So that is where we are now. Today one of those third-party plans, which is totally free. I've not recommended that anybody gets involved in that um, by staking anything, putting any money in, is called Rex Wallet, I think. Rex Wallet, where is it? I should have it here somewhere. I've lost it. Oh, I now I found it. Okay. Right. I don't know. I don't understand why we're not getting paid what they claim, but I did find their support email. I put a support email into them asking them why we're only getting like $8 we've got showing as profit at the moment. Okay, we've put nothing in, $8 for nothing is pretty good if it's just for you. We're not doing anything for it. We're not, we're not selling anything. There's no cash involved anywhere. We have introduced a lot of people, but 3 people, once again, no cost. But we should, according to their information, be getting like 10 times what's being shown there. And I want to know why we're not. So I put in a support email to them. Will we get an answer to it? I honestly don't know. If we don't, then we can only say, well, okay, it's another thing that really is a waste uh, of time in as much as what they say isn't true. However, we have made withdrawals and we've never paid anything. And so for anybody that is struggling for cash to get involved in the other things, if you can make a few dollars to get into another program, there are programs we have where you can get started for $10. Okay, it's going to take you a while to build that up to a bit more, but it's there, and you can get all these things started for nothing if you got some money coming in from a free plan like that. But if we find out that there is something more to it, that we can get the numbers that they're talking about, which are, I mean, huge payments for no cash being paid out. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know whether we'll get a response. If we do, I will let you know what's going on with it. We have, of course, Beyond Infinity. Beyond Infinity is a very, very good plan. And with the enhancements that they've made recently, the income for people is going up substantially. We have 2 places in there, they're both admin places. And between the 2 of them, we're now making in the region of $500 a week. And we just bought another car. And why are we buying all these cars? Because we can buy a car for 1/100th of the price. We have to wait a year for it. The minimum is 250. So we buy a car, we put $250 in. In a year's time, we get a $25,000 car. Of our choice. In a year's time, we will have the mall up and running, which will be another income provider for us, which will provide quite a lot of income. And we will sell those cars on the mall. We will auction them off, and it doesn't matter what we get for them because effectively they'll have cost us nothing. Because although we put $250 in to buy that car, $200 goes into the Beyond Infinity Gold program. And that $200 is paying us 5% per week. So 20 weeks, even without compounding, and it does compound, but in 20 weeks, even without compounding, we would have our money back. So essentially, those cars are going to be free. I can't remember how many we've got now. I've lost track of them, but it's not 10 yet. I know that, but it's probably 5 of us, maybe even 6. I don't know. I'll have to check up on it sooner or later. But um, as they start coming through in a year's time, then they will be bringing income as well from the mall. And they'll be attracting a lot of interest because people will be able to buy a new car. They'll say, okay, I want a $25,000 car. I'll put a bid in. We might start the bidding at 5,000. It might not go above 5,000. It might go to 10. It might go to 15. Who knows? But we'll have quite a lot of cars, and one car at least every week. And in this last week, we've bought two cars. So there'll be two cars up for auction. People will be able to get cars at a real bargain price through our mall. It'll attract a lot of interest, a lot of people coming in, and many of them will join We Share Abundance. But even the ones that don't, if you introduce somebody to our mall, say, look, get yourself a car at a knockdown price, and they come and have a look at it, they will be coded to you. They're locked to you for life. If they do buy that car, let's say it's $10,000 and you're getting a 10% commission, that is $1,000 in your pocket. And we've not worked out these figures, these are hypothetical at the moment, but they're probably going to be close to this. And if your sponsor doing nothing except he introduce you, he's going to get maybe $1,000, maybe 500, maybe I don't know. But there you go. It's all there available, and the balance, of course, goes into the kitty for more benefits for the membership as a whole. So that's something that's going along. In addition to the income, which is growing every week from Beyond Infinity anyway. At the moment, we're ploughing that back in to compound it more, to get more members in, because we earn a percentage on every member that we introduce and all this sort of thing. It's going really, really well, and it will be a big boost. Another thing that we did with the ETF pool plan, we became founder members there through the help of our membership, and that is growing. Every week they put $99 into our compounding account just because we became founder members, and that's for life. And that $99 compounded over a year is over $1,000. It's over $1,100. So every week, because we get this every week, in a year's time, we'll have $1,100 available. That's another $50,000 a year. But if we only take maybe 1,000 out, or maybe only 500 out, and we compound that as well, in 2 years' time, that will be a huge amount of money. And I want to show you something that I've been working on today. I'm going to do a quick screen share for you. Let's have a quick look here. We've got Kingsley saying, sir, will all the payments be in Wheeze Abundance token? Payments for what, Kingsley? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Just at the moment, the only thing that we're paying out in Wheeze Abundance tokens is Easy Business Builder commissions, because we sell in Wheeze Abundance and you get your commission in Wheeze Abundance. It's self-balancing, self-liquidating. Everything else we're paying out currently is in USDT, so that it doesn't unbalance our stability for the Wheeze Abundance token. I don't know whether that answered your question or not, but there you go. And we got Reynolds in from Trinidad and Tobago. Hi there. So my priorities really are getting that ROI tips thing started. As I say, it is scheduled to start Monday or Tuesday with the warm-up campaign, 15 days warm-up, and then we're into the campaign. We should see cash coming in from that. It's going to take another almost 2 weeks once the campaign runs. So if you look at it, we're looking at 4 weeks before we see the benefits of that. The Fun Miracles site, it's going to take a little bit longer because it's going to take probably 3 months to get the development done on that. And then it's going to take a few months before we start seeing any sizable income from it. So we're probably looking at 6 months for that. We've got other things, 12-month projects. that I've already mentioned, but there are many more as well. Um, so it's getting those. Also, we have our investment club for funds, which the first payment is going out currently. We're working on that, getting that out. A lot of payments takes time, and it takes time as well. We ask for people's wallet addresses for TRC20, and then we don't get them. We don't get any wallet address, or we get a wallet address that is not definitely not for TRC20, and we've got to keep going back to people and trying to get things sorted out with them. All takes time, but we're getting there. Okay. I'm really, really hoping we can get those payments all completed within the next few days, but it depends on how well we get the information back from people as well, and how much time I've got. I've got a lot of meetings coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to try and get that Fund Miracles thing started this coming week. Hey, what else have I been working on? Probably not the Vortic about probably a month. Um, Vortic is an amazing passive income plan as well. You can get in it for $50. And Vortic have um, gone and made it possible, as I say, a few weeks ago, to compound your income um, very, very easily every week, and to be able to upgrade your plans automatic. Well, no, not automatically. You have to once you reach your next plan level, you have to contact support and they upgrade it into that next plan. So that, these are all things that couldn't be done before. And I've been putting together a spreadsheet, and this will be available hopefully sometime tomorrow. But I'm going to do a screen share now. I want to show you just how powerful this Vortic plan is. Um, where do I get the screen share? Just bear with me a second. How are we doing for time? 35. We're okay. It should only take me a few minutes, this. If I can get everything working. Window, this one. Yeah. And now then, back here, show on stream. Back to Facebook, hopefully, to make sure that that comes up, and it does. Okay. So what I've got here, let me get back to the spreadsheet so I can move it around. And here we go. What we've got here is a spreadsheet showing the power of this Baltic plan. The things in yellow you'll be able to change if you want. I put in the 12th of June because that is tomorrow, and that starts the new week of the Baltic. The amount that you want to start with, it can be as little as $50. It can be more than 10,000 gets you into the top level plan. You can compound as much as you want or as little as you want. What I've set this to do is not compound anything until you have reached your target. Okay, so you set a target of saying how much you want to make a month. So let's suppose you want to make 5,000 a month. Okay, you put your 5,000 in there. Now this will automatically tell you that that is 1153.85 a week. But if you're compounding 20% of your income, you actually need to be making 1442.31. Now that's the figure adjusted for the compounding. Okay, so once you take your 20% out of that, it comes down to this, which comes down to that. So you make your $5,000 a month. And I've set compounding here at 20%. You could, of course, make it 10%, 50%, 70%. The higher you compound, the more quickly you will make money once you reach your target. The higher you compound, the higher that level of compounding is, the longer it will take to get to your target, because it'll change these figures here. You know, if we were to set that to 50%, we're at 80%. Let's look at 80%. You know, you've got to have $5,769 before you start pulling your money out. So it's going to take you longer to get there than it does if you have just 20% compounding once you get there. Okay, you only need 1442. You could make it 10%. You could put it to zero if you wanted. Okay, so here we go. This starting with 10,000, which is ideal if you've got the cash. If you haven't got the cash, you've got to start somewhere else. But I want to show you 10,000 first of all. You start with 10,000, and this is the number of weeks, and you can see that by week 16, okay, it's only going to take you 16 weeks to be making over $5,000 a month. You're actually going to be making $5,283.93 in month 16. And you can see then that the amount you're compounding at drops down drastically because you're pulling out a lot of money. It's only 20% of your total income that you're compounding, but it still keeps growing every month because you are compounding some of it, but you're making over $5,000 a month, and it's only taking you 16 weeks and you're retired. If that's your retirement target, your goal, 5,000 a month, you are retired in 16 weeks for just 10 grand. Okay? You're getting up to 6,000 by the time you've done 6 months. So you're well past your target income. You're over $6,000 a month by the time you've got to week 27, just over 6 months. If you look down here to week 52, you're already up to $8,000 a month in income from voting. This is totally passive. You're not doing anything. You've not referred anybody. You've not put any more money in out of pocket. You put that 10,000 in, and that's it. Boom, done. Okay. And if we go on, if we just go down to like 2 years, you'd be on over $16,000 a month. And it just keeps growing and growing. You're getting every week, a pay rise every week. But I know that if you're like me, 10 grand is not available to put in. The next break point, 10,000 is the top income level. The generation 2,500 is a level below that. So anything above 2,500 and less than 10,000, you're earning a little bit less. It's at 5%. So if you've got that 2,500 in, where do you get? It's going to take you 44 weeks. But that's not bad, is it? You're only putting in 2.5 grand, and in 44 weeks, you are now at the point where you are retired on over $5,000 a month, and it keeps going up every month. It's going to take you a bit longer to get up to 15,000 a month because by the end of 2 years, you're up to 10,000. Well, that's not bad, is it, for 2,500 one time? Get up to 10,000 a month in 2 years and up to 5,500 a month in 1 year. You're retired in 44 weeks. Okay, of course, you can put in more. Just here as well, it shows by the time you get to month 29, you've got that 10 grand in, and your income is being generated at 6% instead of 5% because you hit that $10,000 level. You hit that $10,000 plan. But it's taken you 29 weeks to get there. If you'd started with 5,000, would still be at that 5% level, but it would be 30 weeks, 3 months off your time for retirement. Okay, $5,000 a month in 30 weeks. If you don't have 2,500, you can get started with just $50. Okay, in $50, you're earning 4% a week. The minimum to reinvest is $10. So it's going to take you 5 weeks before you can actually start compounding. You always have the option of adding more money in yourself, but that isn't available in this spreadsheet at the moment. It's something that I will be adding, and that's why I'm not making it available to you now. Okay, so you have this, and it starts compounding $10, $12, and you can see these compounding are getting closer together and closer together. But it's going to take you a while. At the end of 52 weeks, you've still not hit your target. You're still making a lot less. But you only put in $50 one time. And if we come down, year two, you've still not hit your target, but you're doing well. You're up to 5% now. You're into that. You're over that $2,500 level, and you got into there. $50 one time. Nothing else required. And you can see 146 weeks, just under 3 years. 3 years is down in the 156, just under there. Well, a bit under, a few weeks. In about 2 years, 9 months, for a one-time $50, you're retired on over $5,000 a month. And it's going to keep growing and keep growing. And if we look at a 5-year plan with just $50, the end of 5 years, you're making $20,000 a month. You've been retired for 2 years, 3 months, and you're now making $20,000 a month. Okay, pretty good, eh? Over $4,000 a week. And it's going to keep growing. I've stopped it at 5 years. I've just put in as a 5-year plan. But even as just a 3-year plan, for $50 one time, you're on $6,000 a month, and you've been retired for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 weeks. Okay, that is the power of Vortic with this new compounding plan, and it is an extraordinary opportunity for you. Whether you get started at 50, the more you can put in, the faster you're going to reach your goal. You might only need $1,000. Depends on where you live. You might only need $1,000 a month to retire. If you only needed $1,000 a month to retire, and let's say you could put in 500. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Let's go. It's 59 weeks to retirement. If that was your where you were, if you could start with 500 and you wanted 1,000 a month, you're there. You're retired in 59 weeks. It's all down to your personal circumstances. You might want more than 5,000. You might want 7,000. It's going to take you a little bit longer to get there. You can make these figures whatever it is that suits you, and it will change automatically for you, and it's all there for you. You can get started with 50. You can get started with anything over 50. If you can manage 10,000, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because 16 weeks at 20% reinvestment, and you've retired. 16 short weeks, just over 3 months. Okay? So that will be available for you. I will be sending something out on that tomorrow. There's Facebook gone. Here we go. We can stop sharing that now. Okay. I don't see anybody else come in. I hope that has been helpful for you. That is how compounding works, and that's how it works with all the different plans we're in. So get your compounding done. It takes time if you've only got a small amount that you can start with to get built up. But look at it as a 3 to 5 year plan. And if you can start with a big lump, like some of our members have done that, they're already in Clover. we have definitely a couple of people that started with $10,000, and they're now happily retired. Actually, not quite in the case of one because it was a family pooling together. So they're probably still building it so that everybody has enough cash. But it's there, 10,000 in a normal annuity or something like that. Um, it, it, you'd be on a few dollars a week, literally a few dollars a week. Um, it just doesn't bear thinking about the difference between the old and the new. Okay, let me check in the app and see if we've got anybody else in YouTube or Twitch, and any more questions that are coming there. Uh, Lewis says, "Do you know how to submit a Vortex support ticket?" Don't believe they have an email address for it, Lewis. But if you log in, you can click on a little thing down at the bottom right, and that will give you that will get you into support there. Sometimes they answer very quickly. Sometimes it takes a few hours. It depends on the time of day and how many staff they've got working and things like that. But they don't actually have an email address that you can do. They do have a Telegram group. Let me see if I can find that for you. That's in case you can't log in. I mean, maybe you can't log in because your 2FA is not working or something like that. They do have a Telegram support group. Let me just see if I can find that for you. Because I asked this for somebody else just recently, actually, so that's why I know. Here we go. Paste that in here and send it. Okay, that's there. That's their Telegram support group. It's at Vortic United Support in Telegram. Okay, I'll also put that in Facebook for anybody that might find that useful here. Okay, but if you logged in, there's no problem. You just click on the. Let me see what it looks like. I can't remember what it looks like, but it's down at the bottom right. Um, it looks like it's a little red circle with a like a speech bubble thing inside it in white. Down in the bottom right. If you click on that, it opens up the support. Sometimes it's very fast. Sometimes it can take a few hours. But if you can log in, you've got it. I've lost where we are now. Okay. So there you are. That's in both, and that's it for today. Happy Sunday, happy Sabbath, happy whatever. Happy Monday if you're in the Antipodes. Congratulations to Australia on winning the Test league or whatever they call it. I don't know. They beat India. What a shame that India didn't have a full strength side out. I know that Australia were missing a couple of people as well, but I don't think it impacted Australia as much as India. But that's the way of the game, isn't it? And they were really damaged by um, their first innings. They got a bit blown away by the Australian bowling in the first innings. If they'd have come through that first innings a bit better, and then they were smashed by Smith and Head when Australia batted. They that was the big turning point, really. Smith and Hare both, uh, well, between them, they scored 300 runs or something, and when that was the difference. That was what the winning margin was in the end. Okay, so that's wonderful. Congratulations also to Manchester City for winning the European League or whatever that's called. Um, I'm glad I didn't watch it because from what I can gather, it was a really rubbish game. But Manchester City luckily came out with a 1-0 win from what I can gather again. Um, Not sure they were the best team, but probably over the season they've deserved it. So congratulations to Manchester City. And with that, that's it from me till tomorrow. I'll be here same time, same place on YouTube, Twitch, and then on Facebook group at 7 p.m. London time. Facebook group, we share abundance publicly. Okay. And until then, get out there, share love and abundance, be of service to people. It will bring happiness into your life along with everything else that you want and need. Just go the extra mile. Don't worry about the cash. Get out there, be of as much service as you can to as many people as you can, in as many ways as you can, and your life will change for the better. Okay? God bless you all. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same place, as I said. Until then, I'll feed the same, and I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator.